kind of had your number. What is it about these South Carolina teams that's presented a challenge?
Well, they're well coached and they're very, very physical. And it's a lot of times we haven't shot the ball as well, or we haven't rebounded the ball nearly like we need to. And I think what's crucial now is transition. I mean, they're running so well. So, I mean, every game is different. Every team is different, obviously, but their speed is really good. And we've got to do a great job of not turning the ball over and giving them runouts. And at the same time, if we miss, we got to get back. If we make, we got to get back. You know, they're really running well with their guards throwing it ahead. Keyshawn Bryant creates a lot of issues with his explosiveness. So you take their running game and you take their rebounding game and the way that they can play a lot of different ways. They can try to go really physical and play a 3-out, 2-in and try to pound it in. They could spread it out with their guards. They've got a lot of different guys right now and a lot of different ways that they can play with a lot of different guys. So they're a very, very tough opponent.
Hey, Coach, I just kind of wonder if you kind of speak to the job that Kario Oquendo is doing right now. I mean, you know, since the SEC play began, he's up the scoring. He just really seemed to be taking more control out there on the court.
Well, he's getting better all the time. And then you look at it and know that we've had two different setbacks with it, you know, one with his face and one with his knee. And that's been the problem. But so the consistency maybe hasn't been there. But once he gets back and once that health is right, he's done a fantastic job. He continues to improve. He works extremely hard. He's understanding the game better all the time. When he comes in, like he did last Saturday and like he did this past Wednesday at Florida, with a defensive mindset where it's really, really about locking into who he's guarding and locking into the awareness that he's got to have defensively, he's really good. We need him to rebound the ball. The next big step for him is to rebound the ball better, more consistently, more energy, you know, more numbers. And I think that would increase his scoring and increase our scoring even more so if he does that.
Okay, next we're going to go to Mark Weiser, and then we're going to go to Chip Showers.
Tom, how would you assess where you guys are as a three-point shooting team? Seems like some games when the opponents get really hot, you guys might struggle, and it's probably obviously hard to, you know, win those kind of games.
Well, we're probably not getting enough attempts. And I think what happens is because we're shooting the foul shots the way we are, for the most part, it becomes, okay, what are we going to do to set our defense? And so we're not getting as many attempts. We're not as consistent shooting the ball. We're passing up too many. I don't think there's any question about that. You know, when you've got somebody like Braylon that can create threes for other people, it's really important that you do that. But we've got to be able to go inside. We've got to be able to get fouled. And when we get down at times, if we're in the bonus because we got to the foul line, then we can set our defense much better. So it really becomes, you know, what's the game giving us inside of that game? But I think as a whole, the inconsistency comes at times from not being, not finishing our shot the way that it could be, especially with our footwork. Maybe getting the ball one dribble too late, which creates, instead of it being a long closeout, it's a shorter closeout. I think it's not looking for the three as much, and because we're driving the ball so much. And I think those are the main issues. I mean, we shoot the ball extremely well in practice. We've got to continue to have better ball movement when we do, and when that ball's getting reversed. A great example is we throw it to Christian the other night off a play where he can attack the rim, throw it in the post, or drive it, and he finds Jabri in the left corner for a three. That's the kind of offense we have to have. We have to be creative with it. It has to go from one side to the other, and it has to touch the paint. And I think there's too many times we're not getting the threes because we're trying to take threes that didn't go through the paint, whether it was on the drive or whether it was through the post.
Coach, another Kario question. He mentioned the other day that he thinks of himself as an NBA prospect. That's one of the things he likes, competing in the SEC, going against the best and seeing how he stands up. Can you give just a little background on how, looks like a lot of teams missed on him coming out of school, and then on his potential? You feel like he's got that kind of pro potential?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's one reason we signed him. Absolutely. And I think it was one reason he was attracted to us, because success we've had with bigger guards, you know, whether it be Anthony Edwards or the guards we had at Indiana and Marquette. So no question about it. I think that he does. And, you know, he's had an interesting background. He wasn't eligible out of high school, so he went to junior college. And if he's eligible out of high school, I mean, he's a national level recruit, but he went to junior college, played for Eric Murphy at Florida Southwest and did a fantastic job, or Florida Southwestern, did a fantastic job. And it got down to ourselves, Marquette and Oregon, to get him. So there's two pretty good programs that recognized his value as well. And again, I just think he's learning all the time. I mean, he basically played 1 year of college basketball and junior college and got that year back. So we're basically looking at a guy that is a freshman. I mean, he's basically in his freshman year with the COVID rules the way that they are. So his upside's tremendous. There's no doubt about that.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.